Hey guys, it's Skylar, and today is July 11th, 2013, and tomorrow, July 12th, is my 10 months on testosterone. I know I haven't made a video in a while, actually in 10 months since pre-T, and part of the reason for that is because I live a busy life, and the other part of that reason is because I kind of haven't really felt like I've seen the changes that I really wanted to see while on testosterone. I'm still not passing all the time, which is really unfortunate, but I am kind of a smaller guy, so it takes time, and every day changes happen, so I kind of just forced myself into making this video because I thought that I could compare the two and maybe feel a little bit better about my transition progress thus far. So I'm going to try to cover as much as possible, as quickly as possible, because short attention spans and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, before I get into the changes that I've kind of gone through on testosterone, I did want to talk to y'all really quick about my name change, because within the last 10 months, I did get my name legally changed. Woo, yay. So that's super exciting. So it's now legally changed to Skylar J from my birth name. I'm not going to tell you my last name because that's not really necessary because it's the internet and whatnot. But yeah, so for those of you that are struggling to fund getting your name changed, there are alternative ways to go about that lofty expense. Because for those of you out there who know, have been doing this a little while, transitioning is not cheap. And I unfortunately do not have a whole lot of money lying around to spare. So I did some research. A friend of mine actually helped me out on this one. We found this thing and went to the courthouse and did a pauper's affidavit. That's a weird word, sorry. Pauper's affidavit. Sorry. But yeah, anyway, so pauper's affidavit, I'm not sure how it works in every county, but I know in my county it was just simply a piece of paper that I had to fill out in order for me to waive the astronomical court fees. So that could really help you out. I suggest looking into it, seeing if your county has anything like that. And here I also had to run an ad in the paper. And yes, that is normal standard practice as far as I know, for at least the state that I live in. So that is a fee also that you're going to have to pay, but there are ways to make it cheaper, like certain length of the paragraph that you have to put in there. Because you go over for here 100 words and it costs you an additional $10 a day to run, or $10 a week to run it. So wording that and taking a look at other name changes and stuff in other papers, maybe even your local paper that you're going to be running it in, and copying the wording and changing it around a little bit, that can help save you from having to get a lawyer. A lot of people feel like you need a lawyer or have to get a lawyer in order to go through this process, but I did it myself. It was difficult along the way because the court system isn't really known for hand-holding, but it was done, and my name is legally changed now, which is really nice. So yeah, look into that for those of you that are struggling to get your name changed. If you have any questions, message me. I can maybe try to help point you in the right direction. So changes since I have been on testosterone. My body hair has gotten a lot thicker on my arms and my legs, my face, mostly in my chin area, a little bit in my sideburns, and some in the mustache area. But the thing is that it's all blonde, so you can't really see it, which is unfortunate, but I guess that's also part of the ginger curse. I'm really hoping it'll get darker, at least in my face area. Help me start passing a little bit better, because you really can't see it that much, which is unfortunate. My happy trail has come in this last month, really. I had no tummy hair prior to this last month. So that's pretty much what's going on with my body hair gaining anyways. I have had some hair thinning, and I know it doesn't really look like that because it's a crazy jungle mess right now, but it has gotten a lot thinner. It used to be so much thicker, but I'm kind of actually okay with where it's at right now, because honestly, it's easier to style with there being so much less of it. But I didn't really want it to get any worse, so I did some research on it. And Head and Shoulders, for those of you that are experiencing the problem that I just described, I actually found that out on a trans guy's site, and I can confirm that it did stop my hair from thinning. I don't know what exactly it is, something about the chemical that makes your body, testosterone makes your body produce, that causes your hair to thin, and Head and Shoulders fights that. But it works. So those of you looking to solve that problem, try Head and Shoulders, because it'll definitely help you out. I've gotten a lot bigger too. I feel like I've entered what I call the T-swell phase, where my body muscle mass is just shifting around. So like my face looks bigger. My like general torso region just looks bigger. I look like my friends have told me I look like I've been stretched a little bit. But I've also gotten a lot stronger. Like the muscle that I've gained from being on testosterone, because I don't really work out. I work a physically demanding job, so that kind of helps me monitor my strength and how much stronger I've gotten. But other than that, I don't really work out much. My muscles have gotten denser too, which is cool. So it's like they feel like more like rocks now. Before they were very easy to like squish. So that's nice. I feel a little bit more impressive when I flex now than I ever did before. I weigh around 130 now, so I have gained weight. I feel like I should weigh more, but I don't, which is interesting to me. I guess that's just mostly because I've been monitoring my roommate's transition, and kind of how he was kind of really small like me, and he got a lot bigger, and now he's like trimmed back down again. But he was also bigger than me before he started testosterone, so just gonna keep riding that out and see where that goes. But my feet have also gotten bigger as well, which is weird because a lot of people told me that my feet wouldn't get bigger, and I read that your feet shouldn't get bigger, but I definitely have gone up like almost two sizes now in my shoes. So I don't know if they've just gotten bigger or wider or what, but I need bigger shoes now. So yeah. Other changes. My veins have started to show the last like 2 months, really. A little bit more. I'd like them to be a little bit more poppy, but they're getting there. My voice has changed. It has dropped. It actually goes up and down a lot. It's really unpredictable. Right now, it's actually sounding more or less on the lower end of normal for me. I can go a little bit lower, but it's almost uncomfortable to talk like that. But when I go out in public, I normally do end up unconsciously dropping my voice to try to help myself pass, I guess. My Adam's apple has kind of started to come in. I don't really know if you guys can see it very well. Poor lighting, poor camera, I don't know, but it's coming. It's coming in. Acne. I've actually been fairly pleased to say that my acne has not been as bad as I thought it would be, which is nice. I've really worked at that though. I like wash my face a lot, like a couple times a day. I use astringent a lot. I actually even use straight alcohol swabs a lot of times on my face, and that really helps as well with the acne, because I think that the way my acne like differs now than like before is it hurts now is the difference. It's like that cystic acne, like it really hurts. It never used to hurt as bad as it did before I was on testosterone. But at its worst, there's like maybe like 5 or 6 like spot areas on my face. So I've been fairly pleased to not have that be that much of an issue. But like I said, I think it's because I work at it. So yeah. Other changes, my Shark Week stopped, which was great. 2 thumbs up for that. Hated that issue. glad that that's done with. Looking to hopefully get a histo within the next 5 years, ideally, so that can be done and over with. I have become less emotional, and I know that sounds like a bad thing almost, but it's really not. Like I'm more even tempered now. Like I feel like it used to be so easy to make me cry, and that was something that I really hated about myself. Like I really did. Like it was unreasonable almost. Like I didn't like it, and now I'm able to look at situations. I feel like a lot more level-headed and be more even-tempered, which is nice. Trying to look at my list, make sure I don't miss anything. My sex drive, how could I miss that? My sex drive is up, but I always had a really, really high sex drive anyways. The biggest difference in what I've seen since I've been on testosterone, as far as that goes, is that now I really, truly know what blue balls means and what it feels like. Like, I never used to feel pain like I do now prior to being on testosterone. But it's actually like sometimes it gets to the point to where it's like literally painful. But yeah, so there you go with that information. Do with that what you will. A couple other things that have changed. My chest has gotten a lot smaller, which is nice. And it's easier for me to sweat, which is interesting. I never really used to be a sweaty person ever, but now I'm becoming a sweatier person, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. So I've had a fair amount of changes, not as many as I'd like, but every day is different, and every day brings more and more changes. That's what I'm just going to keep telling myself. A lot of positive changes, a couple of negative changes. I'd say the worst negative change, or I guess the one that stands out to me the most, is the feeling that I get the day before my shot. I was on 7 days for a little while, but then that was just my T levels weren't right, so they changed me to 10 days. So now on like day 9, like before that, like I feel really on edge, and I don't really know why, until I remember what day it is, and then I'm like, oh, okay, like that explains it. I try to be really self-aware and self-conscious of it, and try to be vocal about that to my friends and the people around me, because that is the one day where I feel off. I really can't control it. Like I feel on edge. Like I feel just a little intense for some reason. I like a little snappy. But that's really the only day that I have that feeling, and because I am so aware of it, it is easy for me to take a step back and see it for what it is, and try to control it and stop myself and just look forward to my shot the next day and feeling better. But that's one day every 10 days, so it really isn't that big of a deal for me. My dysphoria has gone up a lot since I've been on testosterone. The more that my body does start to change, and the more I desire that like instant gratification now. Like I want to look different, but I'm not quite there yet. At least by society's eyes, I'm just not. So my dysphoria with my chest has really become a huge issue, actually, with me over the past couple of months. I've been doing everything I possibly can in order to put money aside. I suffer from severe mental and social anxiety over it sometimes. It's actually really hindered my life the past couple of months, and it's really unfortunate, but I'm doing everything I can to try to get my surgery. I actually have a surgeon picked out, Dr. Fisher in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm gonna go to her for her keyhole procedure because she seems to have the results that I want, and that's important to me. to have to spend so much money. I want to be able to get it done the way I want it done. And she can do that for me. But yeah, I've been trying to raise money as much as I can. I use my drag career for that. Pretty much everything I make as far as that goes, competitions, shows, everything goes into this separate bank account that I've set aside for my transition. It's accruing interest while it's sitting in there for me, and I put everything that I don't spend on bills, literally almost everything that I don't spend on bills and necessities, into that fund. And I'm going to try really hard to do more fundraising and get that done. I actually created a GoFundMe account as well. I'm going to start doing some fundraising with that, so I'll have that link posted on here eventually as well. And a couple other fundraising ideas and things that I've done with my friends and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that's something that I can get taken care of soon, because I would like to be able to go out into public and not feel the fear that I feel. If that wasn't too much alliteration for anybody, it might have been a little too much for myself, honestly. But yeah, so I'm hopefully gonna get that taken care of. Hopefully this video isn't too long. Hopefully it's helpful. If anybody has any questions or want to chat, hit me up. Hit up my Tumblr, transginger.tumblr.com. I also post a lot of pictures. I'm more active on there than I am on my YouTube page, honestly. So if you want to keep up with my transition a little bit more, check out my Tumblr. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching this video, and hope you guys all have a great rest of your July. And I will post again in sooner than 10 months. Thanks.